Most service businesses I speak to have the same cycle. Things get busy, work comes in, the phone's going, and their marketing drops because there's no time for it. Then it goes quiet. And the time you realize it's gone quiet, you're already behind. Because content takes time to build trust, ads take time to reach the right people, and you can't switch everything on the moment it slows down and expect it to work straight away. The businesses with consistent leads aren't the ones who market harder when it's quiet. They're the ones that whoever never stopped. I know this because I've been through the same thing myself when I was building the sequence. I'd get busy working on client work and the marketing side would then just stop. And then I'd look at myself in a few weeks later and realize why the pipeline had dried up. I had no inquiries coming in, nothing coming through, and then I'd have time to start again from scratch. And the problem wasn't the effort, it was just that there was nothing running in the background for when I wasn't actively pushing it. So I built the same system I now run for clients into my own business first. And that's a local follower ad running consistently and content going out on a schedule and new followers getting a message automatically. And the pipeline started building whether I was busy or not. Within a month, I had local followers coming in every week and inquiries started coming through from people I haven't even heard of me. And those quiet moments stopped and I didn't feel like I was in a crisis because something was always running. And genuinely, I've tested this on myself and I've been rolling it out for my clients. And this is the first thing that's given me confidence to actually have a system that works. Because I can see the numbers in real time. Now you might be thinking, okay, I've heard of this before and I've tried ads and it didn't work. And I'd say the same thing I said in the last video, and it's rarely the approach that doesn't work. It's just usually that there's no structure behind it. An ad on a page with no content is not gonna convert. Content without an ad behind it, it's not gonna reach new people. Both of the things have to work together. And here's the thing that actually looks like in practice. And there's 3 parts to it. A local follower ad that brings in new people to your page every week, regardless on how busy you are. Consistent video content that builds trust with those new followers automatically. And then there's just a simple DM flow that opens conversations with people who are ready to talk. Now, none of that requires you actively managing it every day. And that's just 1 session a month to do the film content, then the ads just run in the background and the DMs are handled in the conversations. Which is basically the opposite of how most businesses approach marketing. They treat it as something to do when they've got the time. This just runs. Here's something worth saying about the content side specifically. The videos that actually build the most trust aren't probably the most polished ones. They're the ones that show off what you can actually do. Meeting a client on location, seeing the process of your project in action, the before and afters. People trust what they can see happening in real life, far more than like a slick promo video. So the content we film isn't just talking to the camera in a studio. It's documenting the work, showing the process, giving real people a sense of what it looks like to work with you. That's what turns a follower into someone who messages you. Now, one of our clients, Assured Heating, started getting inquiries from people they haven't heard of before once this was running. Not because they suddenly had more time for marketing, because something was working in the background while they got on with doing their job. And that's the difference between the feast and famine and something more predictable. In the next video, I'm going to cover the time side of this because the question that I get asked a lot is how much of this is actually going to take up my time? And the answer is probably a lot less than you think. And I'll start showing you exactly 1 month of this looks like in practice. So links in the description.